Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, bringing you news and information from people making a difference in our communities. I'm Beverly Weaver, and joining me now is Dr. Patricia Olson, President and CEO of the Morris Animal Foundation. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Olson, pets have become such a vital piece of our lives. I know personally I'm a big pet owner. Many of my friends and neighbors are. They really have kind of taken a new place in our lives in the last several decades, haven't they?
Absolutely. I've been a veterinarian for many years, and over the past few decades, they really have become family members, whether it's the child learning to love an animal, a single American living alone, an elderly person needing companionship. They really have become part of our family, and as such, we want to provide them with good, long, healthy lives.
Absolutely. And that is something that is interesting because I didn't realize that there are an awful lot of illnesses that are human illnesses that can affect our pets as well. We think about certain things like colds, and you realize that our animals can get colds, but it's a lot more to it.
Absolutely. If you look at the causes of death, the leading causes of death in humans, such as heart disease and cancer and diabetes and accidents and kidney disease, that also affects our animals. Cancer is the #1 cause of death in dogs over the age of 2. And so our foundation is very interested in that, and we believe that dogs possess some important clues for all of us. So for example, different breeds of dogs get different types of cancer. And we think that might be very interesting for us to know. If you look at cats, they get asthma and diabetes and arthritis, so many of the diseases are shared.
Yeah, and really it's not catching a disease from your pet, but they are affected similarly as humans are, and it can be very, very destructive to their health.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, they're very healthy for us. I mean, they reduce our blood pressure and they make us happy at the end of the day. They give us unconditional love, but they share a lot of our diseases, and hence we also look at common risk factors that affect us and affect them.
Yeah. In terms of research that's being done, you think it's important to really focus on some animal studies that would explain some causes and issues, treatments, new treatments perhaps for our pets that could apply to humans as well.
Absolutely. We talk about one world, one medicine, one health. We're all kind of on this planet together. And so certainly many things that affect us affect them and vice versa. However, they're unique, and that's why we also feel we need a foundation such as the Morris Animal Foundation. For example, I love to eat chocolate and macadamia nuts and grapes, but those can be toxic or poisonous to dogs.
Yeah.
If I have arthritis, I may want to take a Tylenol, but a Tylenol could be potentially fatal to a cat. So our foundation, which has been around since 1948, established by a veterinarian, looks at animal health and tries to bring new treatments to them.
Yeah, and there's an awful lot too in terms of the swine flu this year in particular, and canine influenza, which has become predominant, and a lot of veterinarians are talking about that.
Absolutely. In fact, that's a great point, because several years ago the horse flu, the influenza virus, changed, mutated, and it went into the dog, causing a very serious disease in dogs, which we now have a vaccine for. So veterinarians were not surprised to learn that suddenly humans were affected with another strain of flu.
What can we do as pet owners to really keep our pets healthy? There's some very core things, aren't there?
There are. In fact, research into new diseases is always important, and looking for new therapies is important. But there's a lot we can do right now. First of all, we can keep them on the thin side. Just as obesity isn't good for us, it's not good for our pets. And one study a few years ago in dogs suggested that if you have dogs just a little bit thinner, and they looked at siblings, so different puppies within a litter, those that were just a little thinner could live almost an additional 2 years.
Wow.
So think of how important that is. Also, if we neuter female animals prior to their first litter, we can reduce the risk of breast cancer almost to 0. Have them identified, collars and tags, that's really important. And then of course, look at what new health information is coming from our foundation.
Yeah, very, very good information, and people can go to your website to get more info. Dr. Patricia Olson, President and CEO of the Morris Animal Foundation, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.